What is up, my loves? It's your girl Lulu, the reflection of you that loves you, so I hope you love you too. Today's video for this TED Talk is going to be about timeline jumping, timeline shifting, whatever you want to call it. It is when you are having a desire to jump into the highest version of yourself. Today, I'm going to teach you guys a little trick on how you can jump into your highest timeline, but what comes with jumping into this highest timeline as well. So let's get into it. The trick I want you guys to do for 3 days straight is before you go to bed at night, when you get all nice and comfortable, you showered, brush your teeth, you wrapped your hair, whatever you do when you get into that bed and you get ready to go to sleep, before you close your eyes, I want you to say that I am going to sleep, and when I wake up, I'm going to be in my highest timeline. Okay. You sleep, you get a nice good rest, and then when you wake up, before you move, before you do anything, as soon as you open your eyes, I want you to say, I am now operating in my highest timeline, and then you go about your day. Now, if you want to take it a step further, like I did, just throughout your day for these 3 days, just say it. I am now operating in my highest timeline. No matter what it is you're doing, no matter where you're going, just continue to repeat it to yourself when you feel like it. I am now operating in my highest timeline. Now, with jumping into your highest timeline, there are going to be a lot of responsibilities. And what I mean by responsibilities is that it's going to be up to you to maintain this highest timeline that you now say that you are in. So, fair warning, when you decide to jump into the highest version of yourself, your highest timeline, with whatever it is that you're trying to do or how you're trying to be, old things that the old version of you used to do will come up. Whether that be a negative thought pattern, whether that be an old person, whether that be an old friend, whether that be an old boyfriend, whatever it is, whether that be an old addiction, whatever it is, those things will start to come up. And then it is up to you to have the self-awareness to understand and to catch that this is only coming up because there is a form within myself that is not going to be welcomed into this new timeline that I'm jumping in. For me, I did this trick also, and I began to regain my confidence. I began to get my faith back. I started to be more disciplined in doing the things I needed to do. I became responsible. I became more responsible in all the things that I needed to get done with my life pertaining to me wanting to be the highest version of myself. And it felt like I was operating, because I was operating in the highest version of myself. That's when the old thought pattern that I haven't fully healed from began to pop up. And with that, I was really manifesting something for my relationship. I really wanted the best form of love, the best, the love that is meant for me and that I wanted for myself. And an old thought pattern from emotional trauma that I had from past relationships started to pop up and give me illusions about what was going on in my current relationship now, which was not showing up at all in my reality. So that's when I had to have the discipline and the self-awareness within me to be like, okay, where is this thought coming from? Why am I thinking these thoughts? And that's when, for those who are trying to jump into the highest timeline, that you need to do the work. Whatever kind of spiritual practice that you do, or whatever you do to, calm your nerves or calm your nervous system, or, get everything regulated within yourself, it is up to you to clock all of those things that are not aligned with the highest version of yourself. Because those things will begin to pop up. The old thought pattern, the old addiction, the old mindset, all of those things will pop up. So for me, it was definitely the fear of betrayal. It was the fear of scarcity. It was the fear of being left out in the cold. It was a whole bunch of fears pertaining to my relationship that wanted me to move on impulse and act in the old version of myself. But I had to lock in, literally. Me and my higher self had to lock in to be like, okay, this is no longer serving me. Why is this now popping up? And then I had to go do the things that I needed to do in order to heal those things. Because for some people, everybody wants to jump into the highest timeline. Everybody wants to be the best version of themselves. Everybody wants to have that confidence. They want to have that drive. They want to have that discipline. They want to have all of these things that they're trying to manifest into their reality. But the real question is, are you ready for that? If these things were to come to you right now, will you be able to maintain it? Because that is your responsibility. You said you are now jumping into this highest timeline, but can you maintain the timeline that you're wanting to switch into? And that is when everything, and I mean everything that you've learned as far as your spiritual journey, everything that you've learned as far as learning yourself and knowing yourself and getting to know yourself, needs to come out. Whatever tool you use to do that, whatever meditation, whatever video, whatever whatever it is, because the things that you have to let go are the things that will pop up. So when shifting into this highest timeline, because it will happen, especially if you say it with intentions, especially when you mean it, all of those things will come back, and they're only coming back because you need to heal those. You need to see something within yourself that is no longer serving you when it comes to this highest timeline. Okay? So the ways that you can do it when it does come up is be calm, be still. Don't move, don't operate, don't act on impulse. Don't do any of those things. You have to stay still. You have to give yourself a moment to breathe and ask yourself questions. Why is this thought now, even though in my reality I am operating how I want to operate? Why is this now coming up? Why is this illusion now trying to be played in my mind that I'm getting cheated on, or I won't get this job, or I'm about to lose my job, or I am in danger? Why are these things coming up? And that's when you have to pull back the layers. Oh, okay, I have this fear of rejection because in past relationships or in the past jobs that I applied for, I was rejected. I didn't get in, and it made me feel X, Y, and Z. That's when you have to literally do the work in order to maintain this higher timeline, because it's going to take a lot of responsibility in order to keep it. And discipline is definitely going to be needed. Discipline is going to be needed, is going to be needed, is going to be needed. And the advice that I can give you guys is just operate in stillness. Continue to rely on meditation to visualize the reality that you say that you are now in, this highest timeline. And in that version of yourself, if that old thought process does not exist, then you have to understand that, okay, I have to go do some work to see why is this now playing up in my mind. Why is this now playing up in my mind? I was doing good. I have the discipline. I have the confidence. I was working on myself. I'm making good progress. Everything that I've invested in, I'm getting sustainable results back. So why all of a sudden is this thought coming back? It's simply coming back because it is time to heal it, because you cannot bring that with you in this highest timeline. We are now showing you this. I'm just going to receive the download. We are showing you all of these things now because in this highest timeline that you are moving towards, you cannot allow these old negative ways of being, these negative ways of thinking, and these negative ways of acting, as well as feeling, stop you from where it is that you're trying to go. Because if this is a roadblock for you, the things that your highest version is going to experience is going to be way out of your league if you cannot clock what you need to clock right now. So I really hope you guys try this trick. Please continue to maintain your balance, maintain your stability, continue to be patient with yourself, continue to show compassion to yourself, and I promise you the reality that you're trying to manifest right now will come through. You just have to show some discipline, sis, or bro, he, she, they, them. You have to show some discipline, and I promise you're going to get to that other side. Ashe? So as always, guys, I love you, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. See you next time.